What's good everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I will show you how you can automatically generate and create Google Docs in a few simple steps. And later on in the video I will also show how you can implement AI in between to create a personalized Google Docs if, for example, you're creating them for your clients. And I'm going to show in this case how I'm automatically creating and generating Google Docs and then personalizing them for proposal generation for clients. So without further ado, let's start. And I'm going to be building this automation for the Google Docs with make.com. So if you don't have an account, there's a link in the description down below where you can sign up and get 1 month completely for free. And in general, it always has 1000 operations for free. So for many of the needs it can cover. And then this is going to be two simple flows that I'm going to share with you today. So the first flow is going to be two-step automation where you want to directly add information from, let's say, Google Sheets to Google Docs without any intermediaries. And then another flow is going to be a bit more advanced where we implement AI, and that way we personalize the Google Doc creation, let's say for our clients or maybe for internal people in our company or whatever. So this is how basically the automation is going to look like. It's very simple and very straightforward. So I'm going to go into my make account. I'm going to press on create scenario. This is going to create a new scenario for me. I'm going to name it Google Doc generation. And this is where we can start actually implementing the automation. But first, I want to show you what I'm going to be automating. So for example, if we go to Google Sheets, you can see that I have certain columns of information. I have a column about us, where, for example, it says we specialize in streamlining operations for businesses of all sizes, leveraging cutting-edge automation tools and strategies to enhance efficiency and drive growth. So basically, if I have a company, this is the description about my company, and there are, a couple of other fields. Let's say quick summary, company name, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. So these are the fields that we're going to be filling into Google Doc, which we're going to be generating or creating automatically. And the Google Doc itself is going to look like this. So this is basically a Google Doc template with a nice design that I downloaded from online. So you can get such design as well for free from Google. Or it can be simple plain Google Doc without any design. So let's start automating this. So the first thing that we will need to do in order to make this happen is to create a variables that can dynamically be changed by any automation tool, in this case make.com. So for example, since let's say we have this information and I want to fill it out and create a Google Doc with it, what I'm going to do is that, for example, business proposal, and I want to say for what company it is. So what I do, I'm going to write for, and then I write 2 curly brackets, company name, and then closing with 2 curly brackets. And this essentially creates a variable inside a Google Doc, which then later on we can replace. And now, let's say in this case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns that means we need 6 variables in order to replace them. So when I'm going to come here, this is going to be a column for quick summary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this, again curly brackets, quick summary, and again you can name these however you want. This is going to be a variable about us. Then hard facts. So again, since this is a proposal, so it might sound a bit random, but name it as the way you want. So curly brackets, and let's say first reason, again closing curly brackets. Then we can say second reason, curly brackets, closing, and again third reason and closing the curly brackets. So essentially right now what we just prepared the Google Doc for generating those values automatically with automation tools. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna head back into make.com, and over here, the first module that I'm gonna set up is gonna be for Google Sheets, and I'm gonna use search rows. So this is gonna fetch all of the rows from the Google Sheets. So the spreadsheet ID, I can actually, what I can do is I can go here, copy this value between the two slashes, or I can select the spreadsheet ID, which is Automate Google Docs. So this is the name of the sheet, and the sheet name, info sheet. So for example, if we go here, you can see it's an info sheet. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search for basically rows that have about us and it exists, meaning it's filled in. That's great. And I just hit OK. And for example, if right now I run this module, you can see I just fetched all of the data. I fetched data about us, quick summary, company name, reason, so on and so forth. So that's great. And now we can add a Google Docs module to dynamically create Google Docs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select Google Docs, and then I'm gonna select create document from a template, and you'll see what this is gonna do when we select the document ID. So first of all, I need to find the document. I go into the folder make. So this is the folder that I just created or named, so you can, wherever you keep your documents. Then I select another folder, and then I select proposal template volume 2. So let's check it out. What's it gonna fetch? And it should fetch all of the fields with the variables that we entered. Okay, we're gonna reload a bit later on. But for example, you can see company name. If we go back to the proposal, you can see there's a company name variable, quick summary. So it fetched everything that is inside curly brackets. So for the company name, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag the information from the Google Sheet. Company name, quick summary. I'm gonna drag quick summary. About us, I'm gonna drag about us. First reason number 1 from the Google Sheet. Second reason number 2 from the Google Sheet. And third reason number 3 from the Google Sheet. Now I can enter the title, so I can say proposal for, and then again add company name. Then what I can do is select new documents location. So in this case, let's again select make. Again, I'm gonna select the next folder, this one, and we're good to go essentially, because this is gonna be the location of my new file. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click OK, and then I'm gonna save this Google Docs module and basically the whole flow. So that way we are now ready to basically run it and see how it goes. So for example, I hit run once. Again, this is gonna fetch the information from the Google Sheets. And now what it is doing, it is generating a Google Doc with the information from Google Sheet. So let's say if we have thousands of rows, that means we can dynamically create thousands of Google Docs with information from Google Sheets. So if I look at the operation, I can see that it's successfully executed, and we have a web view link for the Google Docs. So let's copy and let's paste it here. And I can see that, for example, I had slippers.com as the company name. It filled the variable company name, which was here, with slippers.com. Then I had quick summary over here, as you can see, quick summary variable, and it filled out with the quick summary information that was in Google Sheet. So that's already can, save a bunch of time if you're creating these manually. Of course, if you have, fancy design, always make sure, it fits perfectly within the design, because this has more text than it had before. But essentially, we were able, to automate the creation of Google Doc. Now, we gonna take it up a level and gonna add AI to it, so we would be able to personalize information for our clients to which we're sending the proposals. So in this case, what we're gonna do, we're probably gonna add additional variables in the Google Doc. So just to show how good it can be. Yeah, I'm gonna reduce this because it covers the text, but I'm gonna, for the stage 1, so I'm gonna replace the variable as, let's say, first stage. And if you have your own, Google Doc, you don't need to add any additional maybe variables. I'm just adding for the demonstration purposes. So second stage, and now let's add third stage, like so. So we added our variables, great. Now I'm gonna go back into our make scenario, and for this one, we are gonna implement a module for OpenAI. So I'm gonna add it here, and I'm gonna choose create a completion prompt, GPT-3, GPT-4, and so on. Let it load. It can be a bit slow when I'm filming the videos. So for the system, I'm gonna select GPT-4o Mini because it's a quite reliable model and it's also quite cheap. For the messages, so the first role we're gonna enter is gonna be a system role. And for the text content, I'm just gonna copy from where I already have it. And it's gonna say you are an intelligent proposal generation assistant. Then we're gonna add a second role. And for the text content, so first of all, for the role we chose user, and for the text content, we are gonna paste this. So basically, what does this say? Our client specializes in, and there's like double quotes, as an automation agency focused on streamlining operations and driving scalable growth for businesses. Write 2 sentences summarizing the intent of this proposal for their business. So now what we're going to be doing is customizing the proposal for our particular client. So actually, I'm going to hit OK. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back into the search rows, and I'm going to select the sheet name, which is going to be the problem sheet. It's going to be a bit different. I'm going to select, client email exists, and I'm going to show what the problem sheet is. So let's say if we have a CRM or we have a database of all of the client information, and for example, here we have client email, client company name, what client does. So for example, we have our own CRM where we enter this data, or we jumped on a call with a client to gather as much information we need before sending them proposal, and we got this information. So let's say what client does. Client runs an e-commerce business and sells slippers online. He has a Shopify store that does around 200K revenue a month. What problem does that client have? Currently, client has to manually upload new products to his Shopify store and doesn't have a way to automate it. Proposed solution: integrate make.com with his Shopify store and build a workflow that would allow the client to upload all product variants by simply filling out the form. Also build an Airtable database for tracking product variants and storing from form responses. The whole system should work to help client upload product variants without any issues. So let's say these are the details that we collected from the client. So let's get back. Let's run this. Let's select let's check if we're pulling the correct information, and yes, so we are pulling the information from the new sheet that we updated. Let's go back here. And now we're gonna add the information of what the client does. So this is the variable. I'm gonna add it. So our client specializes. We're gonna add this here. Click OK. Then we're gonna basically clone it. I'm gonna add another one in here. Let's click on this. Right, so for the system, we're gonna stick with the same. You are intelligent proposal generation assistant, but for the user message, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna copy the text from the previous build I have. Let me just mark everything and replace it and shift it so you can see. So this is the prompt. Our client specializes in, so this is the first thing we add, what client does. And then as an automation agency, focus on optimizing operations and enabling scalable growth for businesses. The client is currently facing the following challenge. Again, I need to replace this and add what problem does the client have. Write 3 sentences explaining how the specific challenge impacts the client business growth. Provide the output in JSON format as follows. So this is going to be the output that I need. And then when providing the answer, instead of saying the client, say your business, your company, your team, or you. Then I'm going to click on show advanced settings, and for the response format, I'm going to select JSON object and parse JSON, yes. Hit OK, and we're almost done. We need to add one last module of OpenAI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone it. I'm going to insert it here. And for this one, again, we pretty much gonna leave everything the same for the system message. The user message is gonna be somewhat similar, but this time we are generating reasons, let's say, or stages of what how the proposal or how the project for the client is going to go. So in the last module, in this one, we actually generated reasons. So these are going to be the reasons for hard facts, why the client needs us. And this is going to be the stages of how the process or the project is going to go. So right, again, I pasted the prompt, which says our client specializes in, so pretty much goes the same way. I just need to find it. Where is it? What the client does. Currently, client has this problem. So what problem does the client have? And this is our proposed solution. So again, proposed solution. Then let's check. For the response format, we have JSON. For the parse JSON response, we have yes, okay. And the other good thing we should do is rename the modules. So let's say summary. So we would know which one is which. Summary. Then this one generates client problems, like so. And then rename this one project stages. Hit OK. Now I'm gonna test it out. So I'm gonna unlink this and I'm gonna hit run once to check what outputs are we getting, and that later on we would be able to map it with the correct variables in the Google Docs. So let's check the summary. What did it write? So the intent of this proposal is to leverage automation solutions to optimize operational efficiencies within your e-commerce business, allowing you to focus on strategic growth initiatives by streamlining processes. We aim to enhance your Shopify store performance. So you already can see how much more personalized this is from simply just adding this information, let's say, that was more or less, generic. Then for client problems, we go into result and we can see 3 reasons, let's say, why the client needs us. So the manual upload of new products consumes significant time and resources, preventing your team from focusing on strategic growth initiatives. This inefficiency can lead to delays in getting new products to market, resulting in missed sales opportunities and customer dissatisfaction. So you already can see how hurtful this could be for an e-commerce business by not having automation. And then we have the stages. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect the Google Doc. I'm gonna open it up and it's gonna load the variables. So let's just give it a time. I need you to see. And basically what now we need to fill in is the information. Let me just scroll to the side. So we need to fill in the information on what client does. So no, this is not what we need. So inside the company name, we add client company name, quick summary. Do we have quick summary? Yeah, we have quick summary. So it's going to be the result of this first GPT prompt. Then about us. Okay, so in this case, I didn't generate about us. We can skip it. But then for reason one, we can go into client problems and then select reason one, then reason two, then reason three. And for the stages, again, scroll up, project stages, and then select stage one, stage two, and stage three. Now hit OK. Scroll to the side, save the module, let's align it, and now let's, oh, maybe, another thing I remembered, it would make sense for us to rename it as, let's say, volume 2, so we would know that this is the new version. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit run. It's running, it's generating the summary with the GPT, client problems with the GPT, project stages with the GPT, so it's personalizing the whole proposal for the client, and it finally generates the Google Doc. If then I go into my Google Drive and I'm gonna drag it here, over here, you can see again, business proposal for slippers.com. And it says the proposal aims to implement automation solution that will optimize operational efficiency. And again, it mentions, let's say, the 200K revenue benchmark. So by enhancing these workflows, we seek to drive scalable growth and ultimately increase your monthly revenue beyond the current 200K benchmark. So you already can see how much more personalized this is, you know, and any client would love to hear that. So about us, we skipped that, but then, you know, it added custom generated hard facts. Manually uploading new products is time consuming. Without automation, delays in product uploads can lead to missed opportunities, so on and so forth. And then again, so I should probably delete this design, but then for stages, again, it says the initial setup, how this project is gonna go, how the workflow creation and testing will go, and how training and launch will go as well. So there you have it. You have a fully automated system for generating Google Docs with Google Sheets and Google Docs with AI assistance. So I also will leave a blueprint where you can download everything and just, you know, where is it? Not here, but you can basically import the blueprint and have the same structure of this project that I just built. So I hope you liked it. If you did, hit a like, hit a subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next one.